Okay, so this is the DNE Dash In recap. This is the Team Frontier POV, or more important, I guess more specifically, my POV as a coach. I remember when I did see the DNE Dash In, I was thinking, hey, I think I could do that. Let me see like how good I can coach. So I remember when the forms came out for like applications for players and for coaches, I sent that immediately. Didn't even think twice. So yeah, I remember like again, all the players, once the player list was out there and I was confirmed to be a coach, I instantly like clicked on like all their profiles. I was like, I need to get as much information as I can before like we even get to select the players and before like the dash in itself starts. So like which characters do they play? What kind of play style do they have? What rank are they at? And I remember out of everyone here, it's like 18 players, right? I couldn't find details on like 2 of them. 2 of them had nothing because nothing was connected to their Discord. And like just typing the IGN itself didn't really get me anything. I wasn't stalking them. I was gathering data. Okay. Of course, while I was like looking at players, they did ask us for details and like what to post on social media. Because again, like it's like a show, right? So they asked us like what's our favorite song, favorite food, series, your best Tekken achievement, and your hobbies. I don't have a favorite thing. Like for me, favorite is like I can categorize it in many ways. So like, what's my favorite happy song? What's my favorite song for like this kind of moment? Like I don't have as like a singular thing that I can use for like everything. The way I simplified it for myself, since I was already overcomplicating it, I just told myself, just put something there. Put something that in general you like. Yeah, so they asked us to, of course, put these details. So I was like, okay, all the other coaches are gonna do this. So would the players do it? Apparently they would, because the way we were supposed to select players was they're gonna have all those details. So the details you saw here earlier, each player from every level, from beginner to intermediate and experienced, had it. And we would be randomized every time we select a player at a skill level. So it's not like we always get to pick. It's just like random. All right, which coach gets to go first, and then which coach is like next, so on and so forth, until like the last coach selects their player, or basically selects the last player that's left. So fun fact, I wasn't there to select the beginner and intermediate players. Why? I woke up late. I remember them saying just like, oh, what time are you guys free? They said like 8. I'm like, yeah, me also 8 onwards. I'm good. And then I woke up like 8:15 or like 8:30, one of the two, and I was like, oh no. Oh no. I literally got up immediately, booted up the computer. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm late. Imagine having to choose your students based on favorite food. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, so again, it's the vibe. So like if you like the other thing, if you like share common interests, that's gonna like really help in like communicating to each other. And then like getting some Tekken stuff across, because now you can use like, hey, Spider-Man wouldn't give up there. I don't know, like you can make those references and analogies so that, what do you call this? You can get a certain point across and like it sinks in to their heads, or like they get to understand it better. But yeah, that's how we selected the players. I was only there to select the experienced player. So after all the teams were selected, I get to find out who were the other 2 players that fell to me, right? Because I wasn't present for beginner and intermediate. So we got Law, Paul, and Victor, which to me is a funny coincidence because Law and Paul are best friends. So for them to end up on my team without selecting them is cool. So short background on like each of these players, since I was like looking through all the players prior to like selecting them. I was researching, right? So Ray Riven plays Valorant, so mainly FPS. Kitsunene plays a lot of FPS. Probably like as many FPS as like you can name. And then Poru-kun, like he's in the Tekken scene. So I had nothing to worry about in terms of like communicating or like getting certain Tekken jargon across. But for the first 2 players, it's like, okay, interesting. We have FPS players. I'm like, okay, how am I gonna do that? I mean, we'll figure it out. Like you can just say like, oh, if you know this angle, or like if you have this gun, right? Switching to your secondary is faster than doing that. And they try to like translate it to Tekken. And we'd only have 2 weeks to like train these players. 2 weeks. That's not a lot of time. Even for like an advanced player like myself. Like for the most part, if you have like a 2-week buffer, to do something, usually that means you're just adjusting or like fine-tuning certain stuff. You can't really like fully improve at one thing in 2 weeks. So I mean, like, if that's how it is at an advanced level, like what more for like a beginner, intermediate, and experienced? So I was already like thinking in my head, like I was already getting stressed. I was already getting stressed before pre-training, and I was thinking like, how do I train them, right? Because if you have 2 weeks, I was thinking along the lines of something like starter decks, structure decks of like trading card games, because these cards, or these decks rather, are designed around a certain playstyle already. And like, it has clear win conditions. So I was like, oh, okay, that's what I gotta do with these players. Here's my problem. Even if I create a starter or structure deck or a specific playstyle already for them, if they already know specific things or they're already doing specific things, it's not gonna work. The deck is not gonna be compatible with them, because it's just like, now I have to learn a whole new book of information in order to like play the game, right? When you already had stuff to work with. So I was like, oh no. This is what I mean by like, it was stressful before even getting to train them. So I consulted like 2 of my teammates before, when I was still part of a local team. And she's like, bro, how do we do this? Like, it's not possible to do it without, talking to or playing with the other player, because you know nothing. Like, fingers crossed if like the starter deck you give them or the play style that you kind of set works for them, right? But what if it doesn't? It's tough. And we haven't even gone to like the first week. So what I settled with was a notepad or a Google Doc that had general information about the game. I'm like, there's no way you can go wrong with that, right? There's no way you can go wrong with just giving them general information about the game. So like, how do we notate Tekken? What's the notations for Tekken? And then it's just like, it's a 3D game. So like, they can move, right? You can move forward, back, up and down. You can sidestep to the foreground, sidestep to the background. And then how do you block? Because there's like 3 levels of blocking, right? So all the general Tekken information, I think that filled up like 1 or 2 pages in the Google Doc. Straight up. So like, they have stuff to like read before we even get to the first week of training. The other thing was, I put the most basic stuff, the most basic stuff of their character. So like, since I don't know what's like the most compatible playstyle for them, even if I know which moves are really, really good and which stuff could work best, I just figured, just put like a top 10 moves, put a top 5 moves, put a basic combo, put a basic flowchart, maybe some tracking. I only put tracking for the intermediate and experience level. I did not put that for beginner, because beginners are not going to be thinking about how to catch an opponent who's sidestepping. But yeah, that's about it. That was the most I could get, most I could put without stressing myself up too much. So luckily, I got like early coaching session with Kitsunene, the Paul player. And after our first game, actually it wasn't even after our first game. It was like during the first round or second round. Bro, I got wall splatted, and then he re-splatted with like the shredder kicks. I was like, there's no goddamn way. No goddamn way. What? Bro, I got hit by like an optimal combo. So Hitsu's combo game was already that good to begin with. And when I asked him about it, like after we played our first to 5, he's just like, I'm just watching the ones on YouTube. So basically, like the Rising Soul videos or anyone else who's uploading Paul B&Bs or like optimals, he sees that and he's like, bet. Like, bro, FPS players be built different, man. They be built different. But what I did notice is that his offense was really good. Or like, it was established already. Since Kitsu's offense was already good, we just need to focus on like neutral and defense, which is something he was already aware of. So like, Kitsu already knew ahead of time, because it happened in our set. Like, I slowly started to like download, because we get to play first to 5, we get to play a longer set instead of like the usual first to 2. Bro, I lost the first to 2, but since it's a first to 5, like it was getting more apparent, like neutral and defense was tough. So I was like, okay, let's try to create space so that you don't have to be stuck in those kind of situations, which it doesn't necessarily improve your defense, but it puts you in spots that where you don't have to like guess and defend. And if you have to guess and defend, right, let's just pick our poison. If you want to duck, make the decision to duck, and we'll live with it. If you want to make the decision to stand block, all right. Like, if we're not gonna try to like keep track of like what the opponent's doing, just choose one. Of course, naturally, I want them to like keep track of what the opponent's doing, but like for now, Instead of just like trying to like wrap their heads around like, oh my goodness, they did a low this time, and then they did a mid, and then they did a low, then they did a high, then they did a low again. It's just like, no, choose one. Because I guarantee you an opening will come. But yeah, so that was pre-training. Basically before the first week of when the DNE Dash In was going to officially start. But when the first week did officially start, it was time to coach all the other players because all the other players in the team, so basically Porukun and Rayrin were available. So when I got to coach Poru, the main thing that stood out was rust. So it's like in the same situation that I was, where it's just like I'm trying to get back into the game. I need to make good decisions here and there, but my body isn't making those decisions, or I'm unable to execute those decisions. So like a lot of the stuff are already there in the mind, but the body's not doing it. So basically we're like just trying to really ease in a lot of stuff and then fine-tune decision making in offense, defense, and neutral, just so that, you know, you get back to like playing Tekken, right? With Riri, we had to introduce the basic lock hit because she didn't have that much experience, which is what you call this, which is to be expected at the beginner level. So I made sure to like introduce the moves one by one, why you'd press them, and then like combos. So I remember putting like a basic combo in the Google Doc, and then I put one hard combo. It wasn't that hard, right? Okay, it's like DF2, back 2, down 2, 3, right? It's not that hard. But at this level, it was difficult. And what was funny to me is that in our first training session, that was the one combo she was trying to do every single time. I'm like, we can do the basic combo. Like, just 1 + 2, right? It's like, no, I want to do it. Okay. FPS players, man, they be built different. She's like, I want to do the hard thing. You put it there. You showed it to me. I'm going to do it. So if this wasn't the YouTube video, this was like the Team Frontier notes, the Google Doc. So it's a little bit different from Kitsu, but it's similar. It's similar. But yeah, the next 2 days, basically the first 2 coaching sessions happened in the first week. So essentially Monday, right? The first day of the week. And then the next 2 days, I straight up, my body just shut down on me, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I ate that caused it. But straight up, I was stuck to the toilet. It be. So in those 2 days, right? Since I was like, I'm not available for coaching. I can't play them at all. Nor can I like sit in a voice chat or voice call to like watch them do their stuff. So I made sure to like write homework. So since I already had coaching sessions with all 3 players, it's like, okay, here's the stuff that you need to focus on. And then I updated like the Google Doc even more so that they can check it out anytime within the week or like during the whole dash in. And then once I was free from the toilet, I had another coaching session with Kitsu. And this time, you know, I mentioned it earlier, like his offense was good. But the thing is, he was trying to do a lot of like the harder stuff on offense. I made sure to hammer down like, let's get consistent routes. So like, what's a consistent combo route that you can do? In case the optimal one, like you drop the optimal one, right? And then what's your Oki? Because you're just gonna do the damaging one, they're just gonna get pushed away. Like you ended on Demo Man, then what? You ended on Death Fist, then what? So I introduced like ending combos on DF4. And then all you have to do is like sidestep left and then F1 + 2. So like both in open at the wall. So like you can continue to get offense. And it's like, that helps with like getting more momentum and like staying in like an offensive scenario or neutral offensive scenario. Again, we're staying away from like defense because again, that's the harder part for now. So yeah, that was like more or less my first week. But of course, naturally, I could not go without spying. So I already had research on like all the other players, right? In the dash in prior to selecting the players. I wanted to know how the other coaches were doing their thing. So I basically, again, scrolled through all the players, went to their Twitch channels. And like, okay, who's streaming? Who streamed it? Who archived it, more importantly, right? So I got to see pretty much every other team except one. I could not find anything on Team RGN. There was nothing. It was a ghost town. All I knew is like which characters they were going to use. So like there were 2 Juns and then 1 Leo. That's a Leo with an asterisk. We'll get to that soon. Which brings us to the round robin. Allah, I made a mistake. I might pay for it. I hit you! I don't hit you! Oh my goodness! Chamba! I'll take it.
Oh my God! Nakakaba yun!
Oh my God. I got
What the?
Okay. Okay.
Makahinga ka ng
Okay.
Frontier.
Okay.
breathe in, breathe
Breathe
out.
in, breathe out.
Breathe
Okay.
in, breathe out.
That was clutch.
There's a lot that we learned here in the round robin. So here, nerves were they were very strong with my team. Even myself, because it's been a while since I've played. The last time I played was in an online tournament, and I think that was like maybe 2 or 3 months from when the DNE Dash In started. But over time, as each set went by, like the players were able to like compose themselves more and like they were able to like to draw out like the stuff we were focusing on during the first week of training. But of course, we ended the round robin as the second to the last team with 8 points. I mean, technically, the last 4 teams are very close to each other. But Team RGN and Team Lucky Fighter, man, they were head and shoulders above the rest. And naturally, we're gonna focus on counterplay. And that's exactly what we did during the second week of training, right after the round robin. We focused on gameplay. So there were stuff they were not getting in the matches in the round robin. So just like focusing on that kind of stuff. So like for Kitsu, it's like abusing the FF21 to DF2 unblock. And then what happens if FF21 to DF2 doesn't work? Because there was a set there where his opponent straight up would not walk in. Straight up would not walk in ever. Because it's like you have a lot of space. What are you supposed to do with that space? It's like you have to go in. And then of course matchup knowledge. This was like across the board. Like at a beginner level, there's only so much matchup knowledge we can really cover. But it's just like getting familiar with a specific set of moves. Because I don't think at a beginner level you'll be introducing more moves anymore. It's just like how to use those moves more effectively. So I really, really focused on a lot on those things. And surprisingly, I wouldn't really say surprisingly, but I was expecting them to like jump up in terms of rank. I didn't expect like a huge jump up in rank. Like, wow, these guys improved by like a lot. So for Rin, she went from Brawler to Dominator. And that was like a Dominator that almost promoted to Vanquisher. I was like, sick. Sick. The down 2-3 gameplay. The 3+4-4. And then for Kitsu, moved from Mighty Ruler straight to Fujin. You could say that was the FF21 into DF2. That does carry a big chunk. But at the same time, like the offense is very consistent. Like I remember I was watching one of his rank sessions. I guess that was also off-streamed. Wow. What having one good situation or one good consistent route does for you every single time. And then for Poru, he moved from Fujin all the way to Bushin. It's not one color, yeah, like the other 2 players, like the beginner and the intermediate. However, that's still big. Like he made it to the highest color of Bushin. Highest color of blue, rather. And that's because like his gameplay became like more solid as a whole. And really adjusting to the opponent quickly. Every player on this team really surprised me with like how they improved. Again, mainly like the jump in colors or rank and their ideas. So like Rin, while there were a specific set of moves that were in the Google Doc, like she liked to use other moves like Law 111, figured out that you could do 1+2 from DSS. Even did try to do some DSS, did like FC3, 3+4, DF4, 3+4. So like it was mix and matching with like the stuff that was already given and it was working. So I was like, oh cool, so let's like connect these 2 things together. But like you could already tell like these players were improving and like they were getting really, really curious and very, very excited to try new things. So yeah, that was like the second week. So after the second week, we're moving into the finals. Now the finals is where the coaches may or may not play. It only happens at a tiebreaker. And the tiebreaker can only happen if one team, beginner and intermediate player, wins their match. Because that'll be 2 points. Because the experienced player has the ability to push it to a tie. Because if you split the 1-1, right, there's no coach. Your coach is not going to help you anymore. Or rather, the coach can't play to help you. Like, there's a lot of pressure in that sense to the experienced player. Because they have, like, the ability to, like, either win the set, or if not win the set, bring it to a tie so that their coach can bring it home. I tried to make sure to, like, take away that pressure as much as possible. Even if we did end in, like, some 1-1 scenarios. Alright. Beautiful. Oh, that's a punish. Let's go! Fine, you're fine. Let's go! That's how we start off game 1. That's flat. No, it doesn't. Okay. Akon 2. That's fist.
Yeah.
E. Palingin. Woo!
Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go!
Go.
What?
Palingin, they didn't get punished. Good hold. Nice.
Uh-oh.
Oh, eh? What happened? What happened? What happened? Okay. You have the life lead.
Oh man.
Is that killed?
Oh, it's a
That's
kill.
gonna be a
Kill.
Sad.
NT. You almost had it.
Sorry, sorry. That was good. That was good. That was good.
Let's go, coach.
Let's go! Oh, up 4! Oh! Nope. Alright, we alive! Woo!
Buhay, buhay!
Mabuhay, Philippines!
Buhay!
NT.
Nice try, nice try.
NT. Ah!
It's alright, it's alright. Bawi, next round.
Final round. Fight.
Yeah! Spacing.
One more.
Perfect.
I knew it.
Strongest in the universe! Let's go!
It's the man.
Woo! No, it's alright, it's alright. Palingin. Damn, okay. Good try, Poru, good try. Palingin. Woo! It's one game down.
Nice.
If you want to spam 3+4-4, feel free to spam it. Okay. 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 Yeah! Woo!
You are now a true longing.
Good block. Good block. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, hey! Hold back, hold back! Nice!
Show you.
That's right. One more round. Reset, reset. Okay, good float. We're gonna do something. Nice.
chill, chill, chill. I
Yeah,
got this, I
chill,
got
chill,
this.
Here, boy.
No!
That was a good try.
Good try.
You
Nice,
win.
nice game, nice game.
Oh my god. After that, I still lost.
Okay lang yan. That happens. That's Tekken. Tekken is really like that.
That's how Tekken works. That's how ASCO works.
Yeah, for some reason, kinakabahan talaga ako sa asa ko na kalaban. The mix-ups.
The biggest takeaway is that you adjusted. So, we have a strong reason to hold our head up high. Good job. Good job, Kitsu. Good job.
Je te tiens.
Good block! I can be dead. Woo!
Je te tiens.
Wait. Alright. They're trying to get damage now, huh?
Round 4. Fight.
Woo! Getting in? Break. Inside wall. Oh, no wall. Good break. Woo! Our Team Frontier made it out of the online day, and then day 2 happens. So the organizers, they gave us a map, or like a Google map of where the place is at. But at the time when we went there, it's just like it was all construction. Like the whole one side of like the building is just like covered in tarps. And I'm just like, isn't this the place? Where's the entrance? Like I was looking at the watch as well. I was like gonna be late for this again. I'm like, oh no, late for selecting players / like the briefing, and then late for the finals. Oh no. Luckily, it got sorted out, and then of course I got in, and then it was time. It was time to play day 2, and boy, did I get out coached.
Combo extension sana.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Alright, good block here from Miru, taking advantage of that block. Alright, back on the corner again. Especially with Law, it's really hard to be corner against a Law player because Law has a lot of mix-up in the corner. So,
Untakeable. Oh, goes for the low. One more hit would do. Oh,
oh,
lunch siya na yun. Oh, nope. Oh, with the lows. Okay, pops the heat. Oh, we punish.
Right.
All those
Shingen
back
kicks.
3-3. Again, gets it with a back 3.
Unfortunately.
With the back one. Oh, wow!
Alright, is
Half
this it?
kick.
Is this the redemption arc
Yung
of
redemption
Team
arc.
Jinmei?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, gets
Let's
it with
see.
the low.
Alright.
One of the characters na may low one.
I 100% got out coached on day 2. Team Jinmei, or Jinmei rather, was 100% prepared for the stuff we were going to do. Like I had an idea of what adjustments they would do. Like I made sure to like give that to all my players. But the thing that we had in the round robin, nerves, apparently that came back in the finals. So it's like, I can't, like, so we get to coach them, right? It was like TWT style. I did remind them, like, this is how you deal with the stuff. But at the same time, if we can't do that, or if you can't do that, focus on your stuff. Because if you can get your stuff, you'll be fine. And that kind of almost happened for all 3 sets. Like, they were able to adjust. They were able to, like, make the most of their situation. But again, kudos to Team Jinmei. I mean, they made it all the way to the finals. Amazing. So yeah, so with that loss, we ended 4th. It's not bad. It was a fun experience. Like, to me, it's what I posted, is gratifying coaching experience in like these 2 weeks. But yeah, that was like the Team Frontier recap for the DNE Dash In. 10 out of 10. If I get another run at it, definitely, obviously try to do it better.